If the pyramids are blocks of stone that challenge time, if Angkor Wat is a labyrinth of stone that makes people question history itself, then the story of King Solomon is a temple built from whispers. Whispers of power, whispers of faith, and whispers of 72 names that people call demons. Our central question is this: was Solomon truly just a wise king, or did he once lay his hands upon a system of control that today we can only describe with two words: occult power? And if those 72 entities were merely symbols, why do they possess identities so disturbingly precise? We begin in a familiar place. A throne, a royal court, a young king ascending to power amid prayer. It is said that Solomon did not ask for gold. He asked for wisdom. It sounds like a simple moral lesson, but the moment we accept the story is simple, another door opens. Because wisdom, if truly bust, always raises a question. Where does it come from? And what price does it demand? In Jewish tradition and later texts, the figure of Solomon does not stand only in the light of the temple. He stands at the boundary of things no one wishes to name. There is talk of a ring bearing a sacred seal, a ring capable of commanding what does not belong to humankind. That ring is the fracture point of reason. But once we accept its existence, the entire narrative changes color. The temple is no longer merely the work of craftsmen. It becomes the work of forced laborers from another realm. And thus, the number 72 appears. Not 7, the number of perfection. Not dosa, the number of tribes and disciples. But 72, a number strange enough to make us pause. In many strands of Jewish mysticism, 72 is not arbitrary. There are said to be 72 sacred names, 72 arrangements of a hidden secret, 72 fragments of a system of invocation, where to speak the name correctly is to summon what answers. If 72 names of light exist, why would 72 names of darkness not exist as well? Legend says Solomon built the temple in Jerusalem, a structure that left the ancient world silent, not merely because of gold, cedar, or carved stone, but because everything fit together as if measured by a non-human intelligence. Some stories claim the stones were prepared far away so that no hammer was heard on site. A strange silence, as if no one wished to make noise. Why silence? Out of reverence, or out of fear of awakening something bound within bronze vessels. In a text often called the Testament of Solomon, the story moves deeper into mist. Solomon does not merely judge, he summons an entity. He asks its name. He forces it to reveal which angel can counter it. Then he seals it. Do you recognize the rhythm? Name, nature, weakness, binding. This does not read like a fairy tale. It reads like a procedure, like a manual. Even if we call it legend, an uncomfortable question remains. Who devised such a detailed process? And why such detail? Myths are usually vague, but the story of the 72 demons is structured like a dossier. Each entity has a function. One spreads disease, one sows division. One robs sleep with invisible whispers, one ignites desire like fire. Viewed through modern eyes, these descriptions resemble a psychological map, yet they could also be a map of an ecosystem the ancients believed was real. Centuries pass. In medieval Europe, Grimoiserie Kua, and one name returns like a shadow that refuses to die. The Lesser Key of Solomon, especially its section known as the Osgotia. The list of 72 entities stands there once more. Here is where skepticism falters. If this were a pure invention, why the continuity? Why do later authors cling to Solomon's name as if to a key? If he were irrelevant, why not choose another king? Why must it be him? Some argue this is merely ancient psychology. The 72 demons are 72 distortions within the human heart. Greed, anger, delusion divided into countless masks. To command demons is to command oneself. It sounds reasonable, even beautiful. But just as we nod in agreement, the story challenges us again. If these are only inner symbols, why seals? Why distinct sigils, drawn like signatures? Why descriptions of confinement in vessels, cast into water? hidden beneath stone foundations. Do symbols require imprisonment? Or is what must be imprisoned not symbolic at all? In Islamic tradition, Solomon appears differently. Suleiman, a king prophet. He commands the wind. He orders the jinn to build, to dive into the sea, to retrieve what humans cannot reach. These are not demons in the purely evil sense. They are unseen beings with will, resistance, fear. Two major traditions, both linking Solomon to dominion over non-human entities. We may call it cultural borrowing. But we may also ask, why does collective memory across civilizations echo the same motif? A king, a seal, beings compelled into service. If we interpret through official history, we might say, Solomon symbolizes centralized state power. Demons are simply labor forces, or conquered enemies. A political myth to legitimize authority. The king did not command demons. He commanded men. This explanation carries weight, yet something remains unresolved. Why precisely 72? Why hierarchical ranks kings? Deus Marxism? Later texts? Why specific abilities such as inducing hallucinations, fever, insomnia? If they were merely laborers, why portray them as operators of the mind itself? Imagine standing in Solomon's palace. A worker falls ill with a strange sickness. The construction halts. Physicians are helpless. Then the king says, "Bring him forth." An entity is named as the cause of the illness. Solomon asks its name. The entity is compelled to answer. An opposing angel is identified. Tu, you see, Italiano, it resembles an equation. Illness cause name, counterforce. Ancient language turned mechanism into myth, but the mechanism remains. Replace demon with pathogen or syndrome, and the story suddenly breathes medicine. Replace angel with herb, counterforce with antidote, and we glimpse knowledge. But where did that knowledge originate? Now we enter the darkest portion of the legend, where power ceases to be blessing and becomes temptation. Among the 72 names, one stands out, often described not only as a spirit of lust, but as one who dared defy Solomon. In some versions, Asmodeus deceives Solomon, steals the ring, casts him from the throne, and assumes his likeness to rule for a time. Solomon becomes a wanderer, unbelieved, a king undone by the loss of a seal. This is the climax, not a battle with demons, but the loss of power itself. And here, the legend becomes profoundly human. It suggests that power does not reside in morality. It resides in tools. Los et tool, lose the throne. Yet, let us counter immediately. If such an event were real, Israel's history would record catastrophe. If Asmodeus truly impersonated the king, where are the political traces? No coup, no civil war, no document. Thus, it is likely allegory, an allegory of a king consumed by pride and desire. The demon is the part of Solomon he failed to master. The ring is disciplined. Lo seterin, lose self-control. Clear, coherent. Yet another question arises. If it is only moral allegory, why cloak it in such detailed ritual instruction? Why transform it into manuals believed to be practicable? Allegories do not usually include user guides. Let us widen the hypothesis further. Perhaps the 72 demons represent an ancient taxonomy of chaos. Each one a pattern of disruption. Illness of the body, illness of society, illness of the mind. A king building a temple requires more than stone and timber. He requires order. Order in labor. Order in hearts. Order in faith. Whoever knows how to name chaos knows how to govern it. The unsettling part is not the demons. It is the act of turning the world into a list, naming each fear, forcing it into rank. But the world never stands still. History tells us that after Solomon, the kingdom split. Power fractured. The temple was eventually destroyed. If Solomon truly possessed a system of 72, why did it not preserve the dynasty? Why did the seal not protect the temple forever? Why was it not passed down? Legend answers coldly. Because such power does not belong to humans. And once humans believe they own it, it crushes them. History answers differently. No seal defeats geopolitics. No ring restrains greater empires. Both answers may be true on different levels, but which level is real? Consider the symbol known as the Seal of Solomon. Often drawn as a six-pointed star, it appears across cultures and centuries. Sometimes protective, sometimes emblematic of wisdom. Sometimes assigned entirely opposite meanings. A symbol that survives so long is rarely mere decoration. It resembles a code, and a code, by nature, transmits an idea through time without preserving exact words. Perhaps Solomon did not leave a ring. He left a cultural code, a reminder that whoever can name the invisible can wield power over it. But is that power blessing or catastrophe? The question persists. Return to the 72 names. What matters is not whether they are evil or good. It is that they are described as specialists. One incites conflict. One inflames pride. One drives people toward extremity. Does this sound familiar? Strip away the supernatural, and it resembles forces active in modern society: disinformation, division, collective rage, addiction, obsession, insomnia. The ancients called them demons because they lacked other vocabulary. We call them mechanisms, algorithms, syndromes. Names change. Human experience does not. So what did Solomon truly command them with? A ring, or a wisdom cold enough not to be swept away? And the story twists once more. If Solomon is the archetype of wisdom, why do we insist on dragging him toward magic? Why not leave him as a righteous king? Why insist on placing 72 shadows beside him? Perhaps because humanity struggles to believe that pure wisdom alone can build wonders. We suspect there must be something else. Supernatural assistance. Forbidden knowledge. A pact no one dares sign. And when evidence is absent, we forge it through legend. The unsettling truth is that legend sometimes outlasts stone. The temple may fall, but the 72 names refuse to disappear. One final, larger, riskier hypothesis. Perhaps the story of Solomon and the 72 demons is a distorted memory of a knowledge system that sought to categorize the invisible world. Not science, not religion. They called it a seal. A seal is a mark. A mark is authority. Authority is the power to compel obedience to law. If the law is moral, we call it teaching. If the law is natural, we call it science. If the law governs the unseen, we call it magic. Solomon stands at the intersection of all three, and standing at the intersection, he becomes a banner for every narrative that wishes to claim him. So, in the end, what are the 72 demons? Entities, allegories, psychological maps, or an ancient classification system for chaos that lacked another name? The story offers no absolute answer. It offers a mirror. In that mirror, Solomon does not see only the temple. He sees himself and the part of humanity that longs to wield power over the invisible. Perhaps that is the most enduring demon. Not 72, but one. Temptation. And so we end where the story began. The ring. A small object, yet enough to alter the fate of a kingdom in legend. Enough that thousands of years later, people still ask about it. If the ring is only a symbol, then that symbol has achieved what many dynasties could not. Immortality. If the ring once existed, it vanished in the most perfect way possible, leaving no evidence, only longing. And if one day someone claims they have found the Seal of Solomon, the most frightening possibility is not that 72 demons will return. It is this question: are we certain we are wise enough not to place that ring upon our own finger?